AITA for refusing to accommodate my anti-vax sister's children and bringing my sick kid around them? Throw away because Reddit people have issues. My 38F sister Karen, 33F, is the dumbest woman alive. And I mean that with my entire chest. We grew up having a great relationship until our late 20s/early 30s when Karen fell victim to the trad wife life. She became an evangelical Christian, we weren't raised religious, quit her impressive engineering job to become a stay-at-home wife, and moved to the countryside to begin living off the land and popping babies out back to back. I don't think she's dumb for all of that, it's what she did next. My sister started having kids at 26 and has had a kid every year since. Most of her pregnancy announcements happened when her current newborn was only a month, maybe 2 old. She currently has 8 kids and has just announced number 9 on the way. When Karen discovered her religion, she also decided to completely reject all modern medicine. No vaccines, treatments, not even cold and flu medicine. Because she homeschools these kids out in the middle of nowhere, they don't have the immune system a normal kid in today's world would have. My wife and I have 2 kids. A 10-year-old and a 6-year-old. Our 6-year-old has severe allergies and even in the winter months still needs allergy medicine. Because of this, he's always slightly sniffly and sneezy. He's been checked out by specialists and doctors, and he's just one of those kiddos who's sensitive to the nature around him. My sister, unsurprisingly, doesn't understand why we're taking him to doctors for it and won't accept that he isn't sick, he just has allergies. My sister doesn't normally attend family gatherings due to the fact that she's pissed off nearly everyone in our family. She's made huge stinks over my wife and I's lifestyle, how we're living in sin and whatnot. She's shamed our brother and cousins over not having traditional relationships and families. Not being a psalm or having children before marriage. She claims our elderly relatives' disabilities aren't real and would be fixed by praying. She's mean and judgy in general. My niece, 20F, is marrying her fiancé and our family is having a pre-wedding dinner the night before at my brother's house. My niece decided to invite my sister and added her to the family group chat. My sister texted telling me she'll need me to leave my child home so that he doesn't infect her children. I explained his allergies and that I wouldn't be doing that, and she threw a massive fit. She gave us the full anti-vaxxer spiel about how we're terrible people and giving our kids autism and how clearly it hasn't paid off since our child is still sick. And that just because we want to ruin our child's life doesn't mean her kids should suffer. She said that it wasn't fair to forcibly exclude her kids to cater to one of mine. My brother wants me to just give in to keep the peace and not cause any disruptions around his daughter's wedding, but I think that's ridiculous. Especially since my niece said herself she'd rather have my kiddo at the festivities than her aunt and her kids. My niece messaged her saying she wouldn't force my son to stay home and that if it was too much of a risk, Karen and her kids should stay home. However, my brother just wants things to go smoothly even if it means excluding my son. Being an intelligent adult with common fucking sense, I know that my child cannot give my nieces and nephews his condition. It's chronic. Bringing him wouldn't pose a risk to her kids. And it's ridiculous to think he's the only person who'd be in attendance who could give her unvaccinated children an illness. I know that despite the fact that she's a moron, her concern does stem from a place of wanting to protect her kids. However, excluding one of my children and one of my children only from such an important happy occasion to cater to my lunatic sister is ridiculous. Especially since my brother knows that this will not be the only thing my sister will cause issues with. AITA for refusing?